Hello, everybody. Sorry that I'm late. I was planning on going live a little bit earlier, but I had to go back to my house. Thank you guys for coming in today and hanging out. I don't know what's going on here. Why? I got a bunch of kids running around the parking lot, splashing water on themselves. So I'll wait a few minutes until I get some people in here. I really appreciate you guys. I did say yesterday that I was going to go live, so might as well do it again today. Thank you guys. Hello. Hello, my one viewer. Thank you for coming in. Sorry, I have a bunch of kids around me and I wasn't expecting that. So I do have a rant for the day. Where are you people at? Where's my people? Hello? Am I getting someone in? It's Happy Mac! Your pants are full. Oh, good Lord. I just hope they're not full of shit. That would be all bad. I got kids all around me, and 2 kids are carrying a bucket for water, so it must be a science class thing. I don't know. Hello! Sorry, I was waiting for all of them to walk past me. Thank you for coming in. Yay! Thank you for thumbs up. I appreciate it. I love Happy Mac. Thank you for being here. Today's a really beautiful day, but I don't know how much of it I can enjoy because I have to drive around after I pick up my son. So I don't know how much of it I will get to enjoy of it, but I'm going to when I get home. I can guarantee that I'll be outside as long as it's not raining. Oh, that bad, huh? Oh gosh. My mom's yard is like in water. Ours isn't, but our backyard probably is, but we don't mow back there very often. And at one point in time we put a what do they call them, livestock feeder. We had a huge livestock feeder that was left behind from the previous neighbors. By the way, they had left behind so much shit. I mean, it was unreal, the stuff that we had to clean up. So anyway, we dug it out a circle and we put the big livestock feeder in the ground and put a drain down the middle of it, and so it'll fill up with rain and stuff for the ducks, and the ducks usually have a hell of a time out there and have such a great time. So when it rains, it fills up, but for the most part we're not soggy. I think we could probably mow the lawn right now. Although it was funny, when I came into work this morning, the guy that was mowing the lawn got stuck. So he had to get the side-by-side out to pull him out. No, I'm good. Satyam. But yeah, so I thought it was kind of funny. Come on, I'm not just gonna this isn't like Cam Girl, or what do they call it, like on the internet. If you want something like that, find an OnlyFans. I am not an OnlyFans. This is a garden channel, and I'm getting kind of tired of like the creepy sex people. Like, it's creepy. See you later. You're hidden from my channel now. Peace out, weirdo. So, hello. Rain yeah, we've gotten so much rain too, it's nuts. And I just got a message that some of these states are going to get a tropical storm. Yeah. And I really, really hate that, because usually when Florida gets a tropical storm or something like that, it comes directly up to us, and then it rains for like weeks and weeks, and it never lets up. So let's hope that we have a really good summer and it's just not full of nasty rain, because I don't really want any of that. So I kind of have a pet peeve. Not really a pet peeve. An annoyance. I'm gonna just come out with it. If you want that, start out with $100 donation and a rule of, yeah, I'll show you my feet for $100. Freaking weirdo. That's all you're gonna get, buddy. Yeah, I need some. Oh, you know what? I need some new beds. I would love some new raised metal beds, by the way. So, thanks, Happy Back. That made me laugh. Why is something in my teeth? I had an apple earlier, so yeah, I do. Look at that. So, okay, my pet peeve is particularly where I work. And of course, my son goes to school here. So I have an issue with the special education director. She is a snot and a half. I've never met anyone quite like her that works with kids. She's not nice. And today, I'm I'm bubbly. I'm like an outgoing person, and I'm sarcastic sometimes, but I mean well. I'm not like sarcastically a jerk or anything like that. And so the principal came through today, and the assistant special education director, and she's like, "Are you guys still serving?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like we're not going to serve you. Of course we are. And I was, joking around, and she gave the other girl a look like, oh my God, it was a bad look. And I was like, what is wrong with this woman? Like, are you not happy to have this job? So, I'm just a little irritated. She was the same woman that I had an issue with. She came up to me and asked me, we had just went through an IEP meeting with my son, and she comes up to me and she asked me if my son is autistic. And I just looked at her like, what the hell are you talking about? We just had this meeting and you were there. You know that. I just don't think she's all there. I think there's something wrong with her. Thank you for yes, I love this shirt. It's my favorite shirt. Dave's awesomeness. I hope that tiling wasn't a beast to put in. Yeah, for sure. I have one single drain tile that goes from my back where the livestock pond is to the street. So it empties out there, but I don't think it works very well. I know that they put it in prior to us moving there, so yeah, I wish we had a backhoe. We really need some assistance with that. I don't know if we will ever get a backhoe. Yeah, there's just something up there. I don't know if she has a mental problem or if she's just a snot. I don't know what it is, but I am put off by her. I'm put off by her vibe. And I just, and I'm usually I'm pretty upbeat. I'm a nice person, whatever. I don't want her around my son. And previously, we had been looking for another school for my son because of that reason. But I haven't really found any success in that. But I'm just kind of annoyed by her. So, I don't know. Yeah. I really need a backhoe. Wish you were my neighbor too. I have a giant pile of mulch that I need to transfer from my driveway to my food forest. And I don't want to haul it in a wheelbarrow. Although I've tempted to. I have tempted 3 or 4 times last summer. My tractor needs a new hydraulic pump or to be put out to pasture. Oh my gosh, I hope not. That sucks. I do have a tractor, it just doesn't have a bucket on it. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Shawnee. So anyway, I'm just going to continue doing what I do. I don't know. I don't know what next year holds for my son. I don't know. It's all in the dark. This year was hell. It was absolute hell. They got a couple new kids in the classroom, and when they did that, my son started acting up, stuff like that. So I really, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I also don't want to complain too much because I don't want them to do something to my son. He is nonverbal, so I don't want them to be mean to him or something like that, and then I would never know. I don't know because he doesn't talk. So he does talk, just not very much, and he would never be able to tell me anything that's going on in his day. So it's just, yeah. Yes, I wish I had more options too. I toured one school and they told me that they said they could take him, but they only take kids that there's 3 levels of autism. There's 1, 2, and 3, right? 3 being the worst. They only take 1. I'm like, how can you call yourself a school for the specially needs kids? And stuff like that, and you only take a certain type of kids. You don't take the other ones. Like, I just don't understand. So they said they could take him, but he would struggle because he doesn't talk. And I'm like, but he's only in 1st grade, so going to be in 1st grade. He's still in kindergarten. There's still time. So I don't really know. And I'm not homeschooling him because I can't handle him. He is hyperactive. He needs someone who is a little more patient with him. I can't teach him anything. And I'm sure they're having troubles with him at school as well, because I had a hell of a time trying to teach him before school started. Before he went to kindergarten and preschool, I had him in Head Start, and they actually came to the house. And they would come to the house and teach him things. But even then, it was like he wasn't able to concentrate. So I'm just running into these issues, and I'm hoping that next year he might be a little more mature and that it goes well. For the most part, though, he's a really great kid. He doesn't really do anything bad. He does have his weird autistic, stuff going on, which, I mean, any kid does that has autism. So yes, I believe that you are right. The school does need to do better. Okay. Another issue I'm having is I see through a lot of bullshit. I'm not like one to just jump on a bandwagon, but I noticed that everybody here blames everything on the Republicans. Everybody in this school. Oh, we are losing $300,000. It's the Republicans' fault because they're not supporting schools. And I'm just getting kind of getting sick of that talk too. Like I'm like, not everything is the Republicans' fault. Like, not everything. I'm like, so there's just little things like that are driving me nuts. So, but yeah, so hopefully things go a little bit better next year. Oh, it's unreal. It is unreal. I had no idea working at a school would be so political, but it is. It's 100% political. Everybody's paychecks, paychecks, whatever. Everything is so political here. It's ridiculous. Exactly. What is the excuse for the last 4 years? I'm like, I just don't understand. And like, they're cutting, by the way, I don't know if it's here specifically or if it's everywhere else, but they're cutting guidance counseling. They no longer have a guidance counselor at the school anymore because they can't afford it. So I thought that was kind of a little weird because we always had one, and they always helped you find a job or something like that. So we always had a guidance counselor or someone we could go to if we needed help with something, or if a kid is mentally struggling, or if they're being abused, or, they need someone to talk to. We always had a guidance counselor. So I said, okay, so we're getting rid of the guidance counselors. Why? And why are we doing that? And two, what if kids need help? See, this is the problem I'm running into too, is I don't feel like they really care about the kids. They just care about the politics and the money. And that's all they care about. Yes. Well, we have resource officers here too. I don't know if that's paid for by the state or if the school pays for them to be here. I have no idea how that works. But we do have a resource officer, and he's here every day, which is good. Like, we need that. We need that presence here. And I'm not saying that a kid would come to school and do that here. I don't think so. I mean, I've looked at the kids. There's no real troubled kids here that I can see. And I see all of them every day. It is important to have that presence here, because I think it's good. Actually, if anything, I'd be scared of the parents doing something, because I have seen weird crap going on, and I'm always paying attention before I drop my son off. And I've seen two guys get into a fight before. I've seen rage incidences where they're all lined up and then they peel out of here, forget everybody else's kid. Just worry about yours, and then they peel out of here. And so I've experienced it all, but I just am kind of shocked that you would blame everything on politics. It's just ridiculous. So the school is just going downhill on purpose. And then I think before you know it, they'll be begging for a levy. That's how it works here. So they get rid of everything, run the bare minimum of everything, feed the kids crap for lunch, and then they want a levy. Why do they want a levy? So that all of the teachers and everyone can get a raise? Because that's what it kind of seems like. Because they're definitely not using it for anything spectacular. Like, I can tell you that. Our town pay for ours, but they just sit and walk. No weapon. They can't arrest anyone, but they can call the police. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it either. Ours has a gun on him, I believe, and a taser. And I know it was so funny. I'm just a goofball, okay? So we get a female that comes in, and we get a guy. And the female's always like super friendly. The guy is not so friendly. He walks around, but whatever. It's whatever. But the female comes, in, and so she came out of the office the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, don't arrest me. She has like pink handcuffs or something. And I'm like, don't arrest me. And she's like, what did you do? I'd like to tease, I'm friendly. I'd like to make my job fun. And so that's just the kind of person I am. But I just don't understand the politics here. I don't get it. Not everything is political. Not everything, but they make it political. And it's very frustrating because I see the other side of it. 11 people in the house. Only 5 thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. What else, guys? What else? I don't know. I can't wait to go home today. And I won't be able to go home. I won't be home till like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I really can't wait to go home. I want to I think for sure I'm going to plant some sunflowers and, and all of that and get that out of the way. And, oh, what a pervert. God, find an OnlyFans or something. This is not an OnlyFans. Thank you. Thanks, Happy Mac. So freaking annoying. find somebody else to harass. And I know it's like a freaking troll because 11 people in here and now I have 9, so they were on multiple accounts. It's probably the same freaking person. They're bored. They're probably in like Myanmar or something, and they are just weird. Yeah, I want $100 freaking dollars first. Thanks, Happy Mac. No, you cracked me up. But I can't wait to actually get out there and start planting some stuff. And I can't wait. It'll probably be about like the end of June before I get any kind of flowers looking good or anything like that. But I'm super excited to get things going. Oh, they're back. It's the same person, just a different name. Oh my gosh. But they moved from a 6 to a 7. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. What else, guys? Do you have any rants that you want to talk about? Message is held for review. Yeah, he better give me $100. So anyway, I've just been super busy. Oh, I told you guys yesterday when I was on here that I got my test results in. I didn't. It came through. It said you have new results. So I go in and I take a look at it, and there's nothing. There's nothing, anything new or anything like that. So I don't know what that will be. I'm going to check by the end of this week and see. Oh my God, now there's a number 5? Dude, I don't care. I don't care about you. Thank you. Yeah, just take them out of the channel. I'll block them. Okay, you did it already. Okay. A friend took her grandkids to a school park playground after school. I'm sorry, it moved on me. A friend took her grandkids to the school park playground after school got out. The kids were so rude, throwing things at the car, using bad language, speaking about weapons. It was terrible. Oh my God. What jerks. What little jerks, you know? Some kids, man, they are just so rude. So rude. Hello, Janice. Rihanna, thank you for coming in. I just need it to stop raining. I need $1,700 for that hydraulic pump. Holy moly, you can't find like a used part or something? I don't know how that works really. But holy crap, that's a lot of money. But if it saves your tractor. Yeah. I would have never been that disrespectful to an adult, like ever. Oh my God, are you going to go through all the numbers? Now you're number 4. Before you know it, it's going to be 3, 2, and 1. Bye. See ya. I'm not interested. The new bolts are supposed to be here today for the tractor. Nice. Shawnee, that's terrible. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. Yeah, because you also have to be careful too, because if you yell at the kids, they could go back into their parents, and their parents could be on drugs. I mean, you have no idea what these parents do. Like half of these kids, their parents like are on drugs. There's something going on. You can tell that the kids are like, there's something not good going on. Like you can just know. You just know. The grandmother slowly grabbed the kids and got in the car. She was outnumbered. Oh God. That's horrible. See, I live in a really small community, so I've never experienced anything like that. But I guess in like where I used to live in the city, yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah. Yeah, kids are always on the internet unsupervised, or they have a Facebook and they're not old enough to have a Facebook. I believe you have to be 18 to be on Facebook. Yeah, and I just don't think there's a lot of parental guidance. me and my son, if my son did that, I would not be happy. A lot of people are pulling their kids from schools here and are looking for solutions. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, there is an issue here with the school too. There's a lot of disrespectful kids, I've noticed. And I've never had that issue because if a kid's going to be disrespectful to me, they're messing with the wrong person, because I will say what I think. So they're messing with the wrong person. But a lot of teachers here are fed up with that. And a lot of kids are being very disrespectful. They're getting suspended. They're vandalizing stuff. I think maybe last month or something, you had one of the kids drew a giant penis in the boys' bathroom on the wall, and they got suspended for it. So there's a lot of issues here too, and what's going on is the teachers are fed up with it, but the principal and the superintendent and stuff like that, they just don't care. They don't punish any of the kids. So I don't really know how that's working. Hello, Gear. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Yep. But yeah, so it's a completely different environment from when I was in school. I cannot believe I could go on and on. The stuff that the girls wear to school is just inappropriate. Even the stuff that the guys wear to school, we were never allowed to wear pajama pants to school or our pajamas. And in fact, I can specifically remember like wearing your pajamas to school would have been embarrassing. Some of these kids, they just wear their pajama bottoms all the time, or the girls are showing their boobs or their midriff, or their skirts are so short. Like, I can't believe it. Like one time we had a pajama day. I forget what it was for. It was for the seniors week or something. And they did an Adam Sandler day, and everybody dressed up like Adam Sandler. And then they had the next day they had a pajama day. Well, a girl literally came to school wearing lingerie. Not kidding. She had like this leopard print lingerie negligee on. I'm like, did your parents let you go to the house like that? Like, I just don't understand. I always told my principal to suspend me for a week or the year. So, yeah, it's just, I don't understand it. And I just think that there's not really a lot of parental guidance. For sure. When I was a kid, we had a choice to cut the switch you got beaten with. True that. Let's just say I've had my share of spankings when I was little. I'm not saying my dad abused me. It wasn't abuse. And I guess, when you're young, you don't think you deserve it. And then you get older and you realize, yeah, I probably deserved that. So that's it. Lack of making them responsible. Everything is so, yeah. Well, what's going on too is everyone's so sue happy as well. So they're really, really careful. Hold on. My hand's hurting. They're really, really careful about how they interact with the kids, and they're being like the punishments and stuff like that, because everyone's sue happy. So they're afraid that they're going to sue the school. Yeah, most of the time, if I was punished, I deserved it. It wasn't out of abuse or anything like that. So, yeah. Is that a deer fly? Oh my gosh, deer flies are out already? That's crazy. They're only this big, but it was a deer fly for sure. So, it's just, yeah. I don't know. I think they're limiting a lot of jobs next year as well. And it's just, what it's doing is it's just hurting the kids. It's really hurting the kids. That's all it's doing. So we'll see what next year is going to bring for us. I don't know. we'll see, you know. But for sure, it just hurts the kids. My teacher threatened to smack me. I said, "Smack me, baby." She didn't. You really did say that? Holy crap. I would have been like so in trouble for saying something like that. I don't know. I was a good kid. I never really got in trouble. I did get suspended once for a week. I'm not going to talk about it. But that was like, I've never had a detention or anything. I just got suspended once. That was it. When I was in 7th or 8th grade. So anyway, yeah, so I just really think that politics should not, I don't know, that has to change. That has to change because you have so many people afraid for their jobs and the stress. I mean, people didn't go to school for 4 years for a teaching degree to be completely stressed out every time there's a new president. So it's like every 4 years you start to flip out, like, oh God, you know. So, no, I was not smoking. I never really smoked. I never smoked in high school or anything like that. I do enjoy my occasional cigar or something like that. I just never was a smoker. No. And I will never tell what I did. It was so embarrassing. It's embarrassing now. So, what else? What else, guys? What else? I want to thank you guys for coming in, though, and hanging out with me. And sorry I was late. I had to run home real quick and get something taken care of. And then I'm like, oh, gosh, I got to run back up here to pick up Fred. And I got to run 30 minutes away real quick. Hey, Alfonso. I'm having a great day. Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. What else, guys? I don't know. I'm getting tired. I'm not allowed to be tired yet. I got so much going on. Oh, what's blooming? That's a good one. Well, I'm kind of in between phases right now. I just posted a short about flowers that I have on my side. I love flowers. And I like to do a progression of different types of flowers and like layering. So then that way I always have something blooming. So first was the hyacinth that I have, and I was hoping my saffron crocus would kind of bloom too, but it didn't bloom this year. But my hyacinth was blooming and it was beautiful, and that was kind of died off. But my next set will be my irises and my peonies and my rose bushes, and then I have a phlox, that's PH. That will bloom in late summer. So then I have like a constant steady thing of flowers that are and usually the roses bloom throughout the entire summer. So clear up until fall if I take good care of them. So then I just always have this beautiful array. I think it was for Mother's Day, maybe 4 years ago. Oh, there's the resource officer right there. I had bought, Walmart had all these mini roses for 99 cents. So I bought like 5 or 6 of them. I'm like, that is awesome. I can get 6 rose bushes for like $6. And mini roses, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're hardy. They're really hardy. They're probably more hardy than if you would get like a regular rose bush. So I planted a bunch of those like around. I had a pink, yellow, and red, and they were just so beautiful. So I've been running my electric train. That's so cool. You and my son would get along perfectly. I need to get my tiller going. Maybe I could drag it behind my truck, since my is Esta de Compass. It was so funny. Okay, somebody posted this on my Facebook, and I was not on my Facebook, it was on their Facebook, but I was looking and it said, only in Ohio do you have a guy riding his bike towing a lawnmower behind it. Like, yep, that's Ohio for you. Guy probably doesn't have his driver's license anymore because he has about 5 DUIs, so he rides his bike everywhere and he is towing his push lawnmower behind it. So funny. Throw us a donut, officer. I need a donut. Oh, I love donuts. Okay, what is your favorite type of donut? Oh, I love jelly donuts. I have always loved jelly donuts. And I love the maple cream ones. I love anything maple, but I love a jelly donut. I haven't had one in years. I can't remember the last time I had a jelly donut. I've been avoiding it. I have lost 17 pounds. You guys are making me want a jelly donut now. It's crazy. I have a big G scale modern trains. Awesome. I currently have it pulling 20 plus cars around 5 layout. Oh, nice. We donated. Hi, Vitra. We donated the school cop cars. He laughed and he hand washed it. We don't, huh? I live an hour from Quebec. I took Spanish. Such a genius move. Wait a minute, Happy Mac. Where are you? Because I thought you were in Jersey. Wow. I'm sorry. I just had a brain fart. So you live an hour from Quebec. So you're a Canadian. Oh, hey. I didn't know that. My son's friends mow yards using his bike. Oh, upstate New York. Okay. Yeah, I maybe live about 4 hours from Buffalo. I kind of live in a triangle of close to all the states. West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. Like, I kind of live like, right in a triangle like that. But I don't live too very far. It doesn't take very far to get to Niagara Falls and go up there. So Buffalo's not that far and stuff like that. Oh, in Ontario. Cool. Yeah. That's funny. My son's friend mows yards using his bike, a wagon, push mower, and a weed eater. I think that's what you meant to write. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah. Usually, if you see an old guy doing that here, he is drunk or was a drunk or doesn't have his driver's license because he has several DUIs. When I lived in the city, my neighbor across the street literally had 12 DUIs. He was no longer ever allowed to drive again. Yeah, he had so many. One morning, I go to leave. Oh, I have so many wild stories about living in the city. I lived in the hood for like 10 years. I have so many wild freaking stories I could tell you. Okay. So one morning I go and I get to leave and I was getting ready for work. I go out to my car and he is on his roof with a 18 pack of Natty Light drinking on the top of his house. Hello, Kathleen. Thank you for coming in. A lot of adults here on 20-inch BMX bikes and mopeds, but a license is still required for a moped. Oh, interesting. What are they doing for sign? Oh my gosh. They're cleaning up the weeds and stuff. Cool. That is really cool. I would have loved that class when I was younger. Loved it. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, hold on. I can't drive. I'm considered legally blind. There is no way I can pass the vision test. I can barely see the first letter on my... Okay, so, Alfonso, what would it be like? What you would probably still have to pass a driver's test of some sort. But I was like, what if you had a Tesla that drove you? How would that work? eventually they're going to make vehicles that you can just get into and they will just drive you wherever you want to go and you never have to even be able to drive. So I wonder how that would eventually work out for you. That's here. We used to have two old guys that drove their lawn tractors everywhere. If I was a kid, especially a young boy, I would have a business all through high school. I would have a lawn business. Me and my buddy or something, we would mow people's lawns. That's what I would do. That's Uber. Kathleen, that's Uber. Yeah, I mean, you could totally call an Uber, but yeah. I don't know. I've heard the smart cars in Colorado has getting into wrecks. Yeah. Eventually they'll work out all the bugs and then you'll just be able to get in the car and just go. I don't know. I mean, would your car need the driver's license or would you? How would that work? 11 people in the house. I only have 7 thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up, y'all. I appreciate it. Yeah, Uber is kind of expensive, and I think Lyft is too. I would only do that if I was like at a bar or something celebrating and I definitely needed a cab home or something like that. When I lived in the city, I didn't live that far from the bar, so if we did get a cab or something on the way home, or we'd take a cab there and then we'd take a cab back home, it would like literally cost me $5. It wouldn't cost me very much because it wasn't that far, but just far enough like you're not going to drink and drive home. Like that would never, and I couldn't walk home because I'd probably get robbed or something. I used a weed eater I used to weed eat as a youngin'. Decent money, usually banks, ditches, and hillsides. Stuff that people don't want to do. Yeah, people don't want to do that. And yeah, so if I was a young kid, I totally would do that instead of working at McDonald's or, for the summer or something like that. I would mow lawns. Like, you do 5 lawns a day or something like that. You're making some decent money for a young kid. So they started production on the self-driving tractor trailers. I don't like that at all. My husband's a truck driver, so that kind of just pisses me off because what they're doing and what they're creating is not helpful. It's not helpful at all. I love technology. Technology is great, but it's hindering people. What if they have a bunch of self-driving semi-trucks? Where are the truck drivers going to drive? What are they going to do for a living? And a company is going to want to use a self-driving semi-truck because they're going to be making more money because they don't have to pay an employee. They don't have to, say for instance, like here in Ohio, if you have 30 employees, you have to offer them insurance. But if you have nothing but, if you have 2 people and all they do is rotate the tractor trailers for your automatic trucks that drive wherever, that just cuts down people, and the economy would be bad. Like, I can't even imagine. I'm sorry, I'm a lazy typer on my phone. It's okay. What controls the wheels of the electric vehicle when lightning strikes it? Truth, nothing. And I think it would be more dangerous. I'm not really sure. I've never been. I keep telling my husband, I'm like, I want to go to a dealership and test drive a Tesla or one of those new Cybertrucks. I'm just curious what they're like inside. I know one time I was really curious about driving the Toyota Prius, and I took it for a test drive just to see what it was like. But I'm so glad I didn't get one. By the way, if a battery goes out in your Toyota Prius, you are screwed. I think their batteries cost $20,000 or $30,000 to replace. Unreal. Hello, Howie. Thank you for coming in. I see you. I've started encouraging my nieces and nephews to be plumbers and electricians or nurses. Every other job is iffy. Truth. Yeah. And yeah, I would encourage them to do that too, but I would also encourage them to do other things like woodwork, carpentry, stuff like that. And that way they're well-rounded in different things that they could possibly do. Because trades are really good. Like if you can make more money than most people if you are, own your own company, plumbing, or you own your own electric company, electrician company, or something like that. You can make a ton of money doing that. You don't necessarily need a college degree. I've been driving a 2004 Prius since 2006. Got it at an auction. Oh, nice. Yeah, I test drove one because I wanted one for the longest time. And then I don't know what happened. I decided not to do it. I got a GMC Terrain instead. Tell them to plant food forests and dig cave for the future, as this is where you come from. Yeah. All right, y'all. It is 2:26. I've been on here for, just now, 46 minutes. I have to get out of here because my son's going to come out there here in a couple minutes. So I want to thank you all for taking the time to come into my chat. Please make sure if you are new here that you're subscribing, and not only subscribing, but hitting the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. I should be live tomorrow at the same time, probably a little bit earlier. I'm sorry I was late today. Look for my shorts because I've been putting a lot of garden shorts out there. Thank you so much for coming in, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.